Greetings and salutations. So, while I'm out there doing my space mining, I'm doing my jumping around the constellations and visiting these different places. I think about game improvements and the overall experience and kind of level of immersion. I've come up with a few ideas. I'm sure many of them have been discussed in the past, and it's kind of one of those issues of development time to what you get out of it, right? Because some of that stuff definitely has a degree of diminishing returns. So you can't dump exponential amount of resources into something. But I think one of the things I've been thinking about is cameras, and so they should have a block. They should have a block that's a camera. And what that camera does is, it looks like a regular block, but it's tagged as a camera. And what that block does is it provides a view. So right now, I'm in my cockpit. When I hit, and this only applies to the cockpit view, it switches me to first-person view or third-person view, right? Well, if I were to hit Alt. If I were to add, let's say I added a camera that was like one of those lights. It would be like one of those lights blinking, right? Let's say I added a camera. Well, when I hit view, it would add that view into the rotation. So I would get, when I hit V, I would get, my first person view. I hit V. Now I would get and I could name it, so I could name, so it'd give me a blue box around there. It would look like a CTC camera, and then I could type in a name, and it would show up on the thing, and it would say right camera or rear right camera, and I hit V again, and it would cycle to the other, camera, left camera, and that way you could put a camera at the bottom, and it could be like your docking camera, or your dock. So it'd help with that immersion, that gameplay immersion, and all it would do is those cameras, and it would look like let me hit V, no V, Alt. It would look like one of these lights, it would just be a little device that'd be about the size of one of these lights, and you'd place it on the outside of your vehicle, and you just integrate a couple of cameras. And all it does is add more views as you cycle through your V key, and I think that's something that would be extremely. This is my opinion, of course. That would be very inexpensive to add to the development process, and one of those things that extremely expands the immersiveness and the what you can do as far as the building. Anything that develops the creativity or the building process needs to arguably set as a priority, because I have spent every bit as much time in the creative mode as I have been in the survival mode. In fact, the creative mode is what keeps me kind of locked into the game, because I got to turn pilot mode off. I could just tell. I hate that. I hate when I switch vehicles. I have to go back in and change pilot mode. Because this vehicle's too squirrely. But it's one of those things that anything that you can do to add to the creative mode greatly expands the experience in survival mode. The fact it's okay that server's white because you have the blueprint system. I don't know if I'd play this game if they didn't have the blueprint system, because of all the wipes and the server stability issues. Like, because you have the blueprint system, it's okay. You can go farm your mats. You've already spent 30 or 40 hours with your creation. Now you can focus on, gameplay and capturing POIs, and just move right into your progression, because you've been able to take that time kind of off shelf in creative mode and work some of this stuff out. So yeah, I think I've rambled on enough, but this really is about cameras, introducing cameras, point of view, field of view, and cameras into the gameplay in a immersion kind of play style. All right. Thanks for watching. So if you're getting attacked, you could just hit VV, and then you could be like, oh, I got rockets. Because the problem is if you hit Alt, right? You hit Alt, you kind of lose control of the ship. So you're able to pan around, but then it's you lose the mouse function, and so it's not quite where it needs to be. And so if you could hit V and just pan through the stuff, it would make it much better and still maintain your mouse control. But and maybe that way you could start placing place a camera with a weapon system, and that would open up more options for how you place your weapon systems. You can do fixed mounted weapon systems that are tied to cameras, and maybe have an option to integrate a reticle in the camera view, kind of have like an LCD overlay on the camera, so you build your own LCD script for what shows up on the camera. That would be great. I mean, that would, because I've spent a retarded amount of time trying to get LCD screens to look good, and if you could integrate that into the camera view, that would be amazing. You would see so much customization and diversity, and not diversity, different aspects. I hate using that word. Different aspects um, people would come up with all kinds of crazy stuff. And in a way, if you could integrate those two together, the developers the game wouldn't get stale. It would keep the game from getting stale, because you would constantly be seeing themed LCDs and displays that were very unique and customized, and maybe even expand on what the LCDs are capable of on further down the road, like a revisit in 6 months or a year and a half. But yes, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. If you think it's a stupid idea, please tell me. Be like, this is stupid. You're retarded. I'm okay with that. All right. Thanks for watching.